In recent years, the Abbotsford Police Department and the citizens of Abbotsford have made major inroads in curbing property crime. The one area that continues to be problematic for our citizens is seasonal thefts, particularly during the summer months. Although theft of auto, theft from auto, and break-and-enter numbers are down substantially from even a decade ago, in the last 3 years we've actually seen an increase in those kind of seasonal break-and-enters. My name is Constable Ian McDonald, and I'm hoping to take a couple of minutes of your time to show you some safety tips and to share with you some of the stats that have caused us concern, and hopefully will provide you with some information about some prevention that can safeguard your home to ensure that when you go on holidays, you come back, your home's intact, and your belongings are inside. We're fortunate that we have a couple of volunteers today that are going to help us go through the next few minutes and show you some safety tips. We have a young man who's going to act as our bad guy, and we have a young lady who's going to help us out with some of the stats that we're going to move through quite quickly. As you can see from this graph, summertime residential B&Es are a concern to the Abbotsford Police Department, and they should be a concern to anybody who's planning a vacation this summer. If you look at the trend since 2009, while our other stats as relating to property crime have been on the decline, we can see a clear increase in summer residential break-and-enters. If you take a look at this next graph, what it clearly illustrates is that there's a lot that homeowners can do before they go on vacation. Specifically, if you look at the purple area and the blue area, that represents times where citizens in Abbotsford who went on holidays didn't bother to lock their doors, which is representative of the blue, or didn't bother or neglected to lock their windows, which is representative by the purple. If you look at those two portions, it ends up making over a third of our break-and-enters during the summertime months. So a third of the time that bad guy wants to get into these houses, he finds that either the doors or the windows are unlocked. Obviously, that's something that we can make a change in. Taking a look at our next graph, a couple of things are glaringly apparent. First and foremost, you can see that our assistants are getting obliterated. Secondly, you can see that there's a large chunk there represented by the red, which represents the 44% of the time that the break-and-enters are taking place during daytime hours. The blue represents the overnight break-and-enters, and the gray represents the time that we truly don't know when the bad guys got into your home. Because people are away on vacation, they come back on a Monday or a Tuesday, and regrettably they discover that their belongings are missing and maybe the front door is ajar. What we want to do is give you some safety tips that will help you prevent that from happening. Okay, so I've pretty much lost my assistants, but this is a pretty important graph as well. If you take a look at the things that are stolen, maybe not a surprise. We've got electronics, we've got cash, we've got jewelry. In some cases we even get food stolen. The important thing to remember is that if a thief has an opportunity to steal something from your home, he or she is going to do it. The one graph, or the one bar here that jumps out at me, is the fact that a good percentage of the time when people break into your home, they don't actually steal anything. Maybe they take a look at the stuff that you have inside and decide that it's not worthy of them to steal. Doesn't matter. If you don't take precautions, if you don't lock your doors or your windows, you leave yourself susceptible. Hang on a sec, here comes Abbotsford. Oh, it's crumpled. Oh, I dropped Abbotsford. I got it. Picked it back up. Okay, so what we have in front of you now is a scale-size map of Abbotsford. It's actually not to scale, but can't tell because I've lost my assistants. What this map is showing is where the hot spots are, where in the summer months we get most of our break-and-enters, our seasonal break-and-enters. And as you can see, we get the seasonal break-and-enters where there are a lot of houses. So some people are of the opinion that these break-and-enters only take place in places that are more remote, in the rural areas around town. Not true. These thieves are looking for opportunities. And if we think back to the other graph about the fact that people are leaving their doors and windows unlocked, you can imagine a scenario where thieves are simply going up and down a street in the summer, testing doors and windows. When they find one that's unlocked, that's the house that they're going to break into. So this shows you that there isn't really a place in Abbotsford where you're immune. If you create opportunities, thieves are going to make the most of it. So people will ask me, what can I do? Obviously locking your doors and windows is one step, but what you need to do is talk to your friends and neighbors. It could be really helpful if your friends and neighbors can watch your house for you. Realize in these times that people like to isolate themselves, but there are always going to be people around who are willing to lend a hand and keep an eye out on your place. If you can find those people, maybe they can park a car in your driveway. These are some of the things that are going to keep your house safer and make your vacation more enjoyable. Even though the majority of the break-and-enters that we're talking about are taking place during the day, There are things that you can do to safeguard your home, your family, and your possessions at night. Putting in motion detection lights, good idea. Making sure that doors and windows are secure and locked at nighttime, those are also good ideas. If you have pin locks in your doors and windows, they're there for a reason. You should be using them. Making sure that your lawn is well kept, even in your absence, is a good idea. Some people will say to me, well, that might be a clue to the bad guys that I'm away because I don't take care of my lawn during the rest of the year. My suggestion to you, take care of your lawn. Something that we observe during the warmer summer months is that people will prop their garage doors open a little bit. They'll allow for some venting to occur. That's obviously not a good practice if you're going to be away for any number of days. It affords an opportunity for the bad guys to slide under that door or to hit the sensors and pop your garage door and gain entry to your house. You want to make sure that your lawn is well kept. You want to make sure that your bushes are pruned back so that those sight lines are intact for your neighbors to observe anything suspicious. And in policing, we call this a clue. If you're going to be away for any length of time, you want to make sure that the front of your house, all the flyers and paper deliveries, are collected by a neighbor. If the front of your house looks like this in your absence, then the bad guys know that there's an opportunity for them to steal, get into your house, and take your valuables. Just like your family home, your shed can contain a lot of valuables. Equipment, tools, can be hundreds or thousands of dollars worth of goods inside. Make sure you have a good quality lock there. You want to make sure that your shed is secure, just like your home. Going on holidays is a reason to celebrate. You've worked hard all year, maybe you've gone and saved up for that once-in-a-lifetime vacation. You want to tell friends and family and obviously your neighbors to watch out for the house. A good way to tell them is face-to-face or over the telephone. A bad way is through social media. You don't want to advertise on Facebook or Twitter or any of the social media sites that you're going away, because it's not just good guys that use social media. It's not just your friends and family. You're telling the world. And bad guys will harvest information from places like Facebook. Let your friends and family know in person. They probably already do. Facebook is a bad place to post that type of information. So when you're planning your next vacation to Hawaii or Las Vegas, consider talking to neighbors, applying some of the tips that you saw in this video, and that'll ensure that you have a more enjoyable vacation, and then when you come home, your belongings will still be inside. The Abbotsford Police Department wants your summer to be about fun. We hope that you get some value from the tips that we've offered in this video. That's what it's like.
Hey, look at all that fizz.
Look at that fizz. Look at that sticky table.
Catch me on YouTube. I'm taller than you. Hey.
Important stuff. Good job, guys.
Did you think it worked?
Do you think it worked? I think he's going. Did you brush your teeth?
No. I did.
What?
I did. Yes, I did.
I thought someone fertilized their yard. You didn't brush your teeth.
Flash. That looks like water.
Okay, if we were able to signal the plane, do you think we could signal the jet?
Where's the jet?
Jet's over there.
No.
Hey, you know what? Tickling me right now, not a good idea. Okay, ready?
Okay.
Okay, we're doing this now. Ready? Okay, so what we... Down a bit?
Help us.
I'm trying to... Down a bit. Not you, the poster.
It's going right here.
Your hair's okay. Look at it. You got hair. That's a bonus. Trust me.